everyone, and welcome to round 2 of this new AFR season. Poor result last week despite having the pace. We're going to try our best to see if we can improve on that, actually bring the result home this week at Bahrain. But we haven't had as much practice, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, into Q1 on our second last lap here, getting the run through turn 1. A little bit deep, but not too bad. But on the exit of turn 2, very lazy there. Running wide past the line, invalid lap. We got to save up the fuel now to go for another run. We get that run done. 1.4 seconds improvement, P10 provisionally, easily through Q1, no issues there. P11 in the end with not a great lap on worn tyres as well. Second last run in Q2. Again, deep into turn 1, bit of a snap of oversteer and massive snap through turn 2 as well. That's that lap over. You have to back out of that. 1.7 laps of fuel here and not a lot of time on the board. Going again now, we're very low on fuel, less than a lap of fuel as we cross the line, so we are going to have to try and conserve throughout this lap as well, lifting and coasting into turn 1 a little bit here. But we are up as we exit turn 2 here, about little less than half a tenth, so not too bad. Still an opportunity here to get through Q2, but we are going to have to pull something out of the hat here if we're going to manage it on this low amount of fuel. Big snap on the exit of turn 4 there. So we finish sector 1. We're a little bit up on T-Mac in P9, but it's not looking good. Less than half a tenth up on P9 in the last laps of Q2 is really not what we want. Only up 2 tenths now on our time as we go into this downhill left-hander. Really difficult under braking and really difficult to get the traction down here. Activating DRS on this straight. A little over 2 tenths up now. But you can hear I'm very concerned about the amount of fuel we have. Less than 0.4 of a lap of fuel as we head into the end of Sector 2 here. We're really going to have to save a lot of fuel in this last sector to make sure we can actually finish this lap. Again, only up by less than 200 over T-Mac. T-Mac's been knocked down to P11, so this lap at this stage is not going to be enough to get us into Q3. Missing the apex completely at the final corner, now only up less than 3 tenths. So we come across the line now, and we're knocked out of Q2 in P13. It's one of my worst qualifying performances in Tier 1 as well, so really not where we wanted to be. Anyway, onto the start of the race now. We've opted for the medium tyres, the alternate strategy. Rarely works, but we just need to take the risk here to see how we can go. 5 red lights now as we get ready for the start of this race. And away we go. Not the worst start we've ever had considering we're on the medium tyres. Soft runners all getting much better starts around us. We're down to P14 as we head into turn 1. Braking pretty conservatively here, not wanting to run in the back of T-Mac. Running around the outside to give us the inside through turn 2. That gains us a couple of positions up to P12. We've got CJM, our fellow medium runner, up our inside leading into turn 4. Probably going to have a run at us here into this corner. We have to brake a little bit conservatively just to make sure we don't run into anyone in front. Potsy in front also having a shocking start. Don't know how that's happened. We get the defensive driving up and running and hold on to that P12 there. And we get to chase after the rest of these soft runners. We are currently the leading medium runner in this race at this stage. So if we can hold this position here and stick within the DRS, we're going to be in a really good position for the rest of this race, hopefully. As we come out of the exit of this downhill left-hander here, Potsy in front of us, lags out there, drops a bunch of positions because of that. Down 3 or 4 positions there, really unfortunate for him. Had a poor race with no points last week, and looking not great for him at this stage of this race either. So last season's Drivers' Champion really not having the start to the season that he wanted. Anyway, we come through into Sector 3 of this first lap, and we're not looking too bad. We've managed to stick in DRS range. Lap 4, we're still just within DRS range of the guys in front. But we do have a little bit of pressure now from Potsy behind us, who's recovered those positions after that little lag spike there. Tossing up whether we should let him through or not on those soft tyres, as they are going to be starting to die off fairly soon. But he has so much more pace than us here at this stage. We get a really poor exit out of this corner here. We do just enough to keep within DRS range, but fully outbrake ourselves here, leading into that corner, hitting the exit curb, losing 3 tenths in one corner there. We've still got DRS, but we've got no ERS left, so it's not really worth fighting the position. We'll let him through, and hopefully he can drag us back up to this DRS train. He does have a lot of pace, So hopefully he can manage that. We'll just try and stick behind him in Slipstream and DRS, save some ERS up if we can, and hopefully stay in this train. As the leading medium runner, a bunch of soft runners still behind us as well, so we're in quite a good position at this stage. Still trying to save that ERS up though. We got a little bit of pressure from Crush here. He sends it up the inside of the final corner. Really clean move there. Very well done by him, and that's him up to P12. Not much I could do there, really. I could have maybe covered the inside, but it probably would have compromised us a bit. Now on the straight, we're also getting attacked by Artemis as well. He goes for the move on us. He goes to get the move done on Crush as well. Contact between the two of them, which pushes Crush all the way wide. That gives us the opportunity again around the outside of turn 2. We're 3 wide here. Pepsi on the outside of us as well. Leading into turn 4. Pepsi going really deep there, trying to get the both of us. We managed to hold that position there. Crush trying to slot in front of Pepsi. And that red arrow has just gone sideways there, and Crush is out of the session. So some amount of contact there between the Haas and the Ferrari, and that has resulted in a safety car. So that now makes this race interesting, as everyone on the soft tyres going into the pits for mediums on lap 6. So even with a safety car, these guys are really going to struggle to get to the end of this race. And we're in a very interesting position here, leading the train, in control of a safety car on the restart. This could turn out to be very interesting for us if people start to really struggle on their mediums at the end of the race while we're on new soft tyres. We get ready for this restart now. Been a while since I've done this, been since AFR Tier 2 days. And we go out of the final corner here. We get the jump on CGM and a massive jump on Mikhail behind. Must have just been on the apex of the corner there as we went. So we're pretty safe here in a turn 1. So for the first restart I've done in a while, not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. And we keep our lead through these first couple of corners. And now it's just about managing how we let these guys through to maximize what we can achieve in this race on our different strategy to everyone else. Like I said, everyone else on their medium tyres that pitted under that safety car is really going to be struggling at the end of this race, possibly even risking punctures. So we could be in a very strong position here as we have a look. We got CJM battling Fever behind us as well, so we might even be able to pull out a DRS range. Fortunately, we were not able to do that. On the very next lap, Fever's right on the back of us. Not really much point fighting him. It's better off if we try and stick behind him in DRS range, save our ERS for when we use our soft compound tyres later on. So we're just going to try and stick behind him here. We won't have DRS just yet on this lap, I don't think, or we might. I don't remember. We're just going to sit behind Fever, try and save some of our ARS. We're going to let Mikhail through as well, because he's going to have so much more grip on those medium tyres. You can see he's already right on the back of us there. So that's him through as well. We didn't want to let Big L through, but he's also absolutely burning his ARS, so we let him through as well as we head into turn 1. And Mikhail's gone really deep there, and the two of them have made contact. I don't know what's happened there. Very uncharacteristic of Mikhail there to miss his breaking point like that. And now we've got our teammate behind. Didn't actually realise that. A bit of confusion there. We let him through. And we also lose the position to Geordie as well because of that. Didn't actually realise Ekham was behind me there. Just with everything that was happening, I was more focused on the contact ahead of us there. Fever gets the move done on there, a little bit of contact as well. Hero, his teammate, gets the exit on us because of that contact. He goes around the outside of us here. We sort of just had to let him through. There wasn't much point in trying to outbrake him into that corner. And now we've just got to try and settle into a rhythm behind these guys with the DRS and see what we can do. But on lap 13, we've pretty much lost the DRS here, and we've got pressure now from Baitmate behind as well. He goes for the move into turn 1. We outbrake him there, but miss the apex a little bit, which is going to compromise our run along here. And we now no longer have the DRS either, and not much ERS to fight back with. So this is going to be a little bit tricky for us. We head into turn 4, defending to the inside, managing to hold him off there, getting the better exit out of that corner. Still alongside as we head into the S's here. A little bit of contact on entry, but all clean, hard racing. Heading into the hairpin now, just slightly outbraking him, managing to get the apex of the corner. And still battling here. We've cost ourselves 7/10 here. Probably wasn't the smartest decision realistically for me to do this, but was absolutely determined to hold on to this position if we could. But along this straight, poor exit, worse tyres, no ERS, no DRS. Fairly easy move for Baitmate there, and he moves forward into 7th position, and we just got to hope he can drag us back up to this train. Not sure why I battled there. Probably would have just been better to let him through and sit on the back of the train, but it's what we did anyway, so we got to live with it. And we're just going to try and sit here and hope he can drag us back up. On lap 20, he did manage to. For whatever reason, we lost the train again, but it's now time for us to pit onto our soft compound tyres, so this is where the race gets really interesting for us. We're going to have to do a lot of work to chase back up to these guys, but they're all going to be struggling so much for these last 8 laps on those very old medium tyres. Now, everyone's been out on them for 15 laps now, and they're really only good for 20, so it's going to be very, very interesting. See what we can do here. We should be able to pick up a few people. You can see Ando, the Mercedes there, the closest medium runner tyre, 11 seconds up the road. We've come out right behind Captain O'Gold here on a set of soft tyres as well, so that'll give us an opportunity to get dragged along at least for a little bit with the DRS. So that should be very beneficial for us. On lap 23, we sat behind for a little bit. We've saved up a little bit of ERS, not a whole lot. We've sort of been using it a bit this lap to make sure we could stay close, because we want to get this move done on this straight now, so we can try and use Cap as a bit of a slingshot to get us across to Ando, and then chase after the rest of those guys. So we're using our ERS now. Cap clearly used all of his ERS as well in the previous lap to try and maximise his pace around the lap, and we get that move done. He tries to go up the inside a little bit of us there, but we leave him the space, and that's that move done. And we've now got 2 seconds to Ando in front of us. So pace is looking very good. You can see the time we are gaining here as well. Ridiculous amount of times we run through this corner here, gain multiple tenths there. So Ando really starting to struggle on these tyres. A lot of the guys in front, reports from our race engineer Lick, approaching 65-70% tyre wear already, so they are going to be all at very high risk of punctures here in the dying laps of this race.
So bad right now.
We're gaining on Ando Cat so much here. Captain O'Gold also spinning behind us, so no more pressure from behind either. Our nearest driver behind is CJM, nearly 2 seconds behind, so really, really good. We're free to fly, no worries from behind, just chasing after the guys in front of us. Massively better exit than Ando out of the final corner there. DRS, a little bit of ARS, that's that move done. He's got no tyres to fight back at us. If we look at Sector 1 there, yellow flags everywhere. Multiple cars spun. I think four cars with damage. Mikko and Big Al dropping back massively.
Lots of them spun.
So that's an opportunity for more positions as well. I think 3 or 4 cars, two involved and spun without damage, and 2 involved with damage. So 2 guys at least definitely pitting here. On lap 27, we've caught up to Mikau and the Sandesi, and combined this group of cars battling over P6 here. And P5 and 4, only a couple of seconds up the road as well, with 3 laps... Sorry, 3 laps remaining in this race. So we go up the inside now. No, sorry, 2 laps remaining in this race. We go up the inside of combined into the final corner now, so that we can get the opportunity on these guys into turn 1. Mikau with DRS on Sandesi, so we won't be able to get him here, but we might be able to get close enough for an opportunity into turn 4. These guys battling into turn 1 as well, really going to give us the opportunity. I think Sandesi may be giving Mikau a little bit of a tap there on the exit of the corner, destabilising his car. We get the bit of a switchback through turn 2, running the outside around Sandesi. Bit of contact there, nearly forced off track. And go really deep here into turn 4, around the outside of Mikau. Really, really clean move there. Really proud of that one. And now we are right on the back of Sandesi with our fresh soft compound tyres. All these guys with absolutely no grip. And reports from Lick, our race engineer, Hero in front with a puncture, with a lap and a half of this race to go. So everyone in front of us now, all massively at risk of their tyres blowing up. We look up the inside of Deezy into this left-hander. Nothing going there, but we get the better exit. DRS, ARS, superior tyres. That is that move done, and we have 3 seconds up the road to catch the T-Mac for P5.
There's a chance.
Or P4, sorry, with
they
Hero
just
with his
said a
puncture. Onto the final lap
32.8.
now,
Said a
1.7 seconds, so we've caught a second and a half in half a lap here on T-Mac. There is every opportunity to get this position before the end of this lap and possibly
is in the
even
70s.
get Trin by the end of this race. But catching is one thing, we need to get the overtake done as well. Heading into turn 4, braking nice and late, attempting essentially a qualifying lap here to make sure we catch T-Mac with plenty of time to get this position. And we're already within a second, within less than half a lap. Our pace compared to him is insane, just him trying to nurse these tyres to the end of this race and avoid a puncture. It's overwhelming the pace advantage we have as we head into this left-hander again. So much later on the brakes here. We get the exit on him as well. DRS, ERS. We're going to try and get him into this corner. He covers the inside. He's out of ERS as well. We go to the outside. He outbrakes us, but we look for the switchback here. Getting the better run there, leaving him the space on the inside of us, even cutting the track a little bit there to make sure we don't collide with him. Contact as we head on the entry of the corner pushes us well wide, but it doesn't matter. We get the move done on the exit all the way down the straight. Heading into the final corner now, now chasing after Trin. We might have the opportunity if his tyre fails on the exit of this corner. It doesn't, so we're going to absolutely power out of that corner. Massive wash of oversteer as we come up to the line now.
Oh, what a race, boys!
Come on.
You won? 4th place.
Mega.
P13 to
Oh,
P4, absolutely insane
What a
race.
fucking race!
Bro, that
Honestly,
strategy was
could
perfect.
not believe it.
One
Alternate
stop
strategy
for the
very
win,
rarely
boys.
works in
Let's
this game for
go.
me or anyone in this league with how close it is. And we just managed to make it work. Those guys with that safety car taking the risk on those mediums, and for some of them it didn't pay off. So really happy with that result. Best result I've had since Mexico last season, I think. So yeah, really happy with that. Especially with how poorly we qualified, so yeah. But if you did enjoy and you are new here, please consider subscribing. I think the majority of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, something like 70%. So if you are new and you're enjoying, please consider doing so. And turn those notifications on so you never miss another video or live stream when I'm streaming these league races. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you for the next one.